5 words
Play
in
some
English.
damn
It's
shit.
one word in
Street
Hebrew.
whore.
Right in the middle is the word Yeshua, his name. So, I mean, oh yeah, that's just a coincidence. Not when you consider everything else, starting at Genesis 1, going through everything I've just said, and I've just scratched the surface.
I know. Well, let's take your...
It's uncanny. There's no other book in the world like this. Nothing has this. No other religious book in the world has anything
Come on, you
like this.
slant that slut.
Let's take what your book is suggesting here, Carl, and let's take the New Testament and some of the references, and let's look and see if there's any. So, for example, you'd be familiar, I'm sure, with John's Gospel and the crucifixion scene, where John quotes one of the prophets, where he says, "And they look, behold, the one that they have pierced." Is that, does that also fit with your hypothesis? I.e., was maybe was John or the Gospel writers? Do you think that they had some kind of awareness of this idea that you're suggesting?
Of course, for several reasons. First of all of what you're talking about, I've got in my latest book that's coming out in July 2025. It's called Golgotha's Groaning, and it's all about that. My other books, Yeshua Protocol and Eyes to See, are about that, plus other things that are going on in the world. But this one I wanted to dedicate to this topic alone, because what I did, I went to the most renowned Hebrew translation of the Greek scriptures.
I'm hungry.
And then I went to each verse, like the one you're talking about, each passage,
More fucking cereal.
and just to see. And I told my wife when I got this kind of download from the Lord that I needed to look at this. I told her, I said, I'm getting this unction that I need to check this out, because everything that I've been writing from the Old Testament is mind-blowing if you have the eyes to see and if you'll read it all and look at the illustrations. So I said, I'm just wondering. And I came into my office and I pulled out my Hebrew to Greek New Testament. And I'm thinking, why didn't I ever think of this before? And so I just went to some of those passages, like you said. The first 2 I landed on, 3 crosses, Yeshua in the middle. And they had to do with Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the Gospels, the crucifixion, and the various passages and the various statements about it. I was blown away. I called my wife into my office. She was cooking dinner, but she had a little lull there, and she came in. She said, "What do you want?" I said, "I want you to see something." I said, "I came in here to look. Here are the 2 verses I looked at." And I had already circled the 3 tabs.